shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Hi, I'm Alexis from Whistlepunk Delicatessen and Market, and I'm here in Brunswick with Dani, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
A little hesitant there, but that's all right. We love you, Alexis. We love Brunswick. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Thursday, November 13th. Wow. And I'm your host, Dani Gurrie. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick. This is the show all about Frederick, Maryland, the people, the places, the events. Thank you for tuning in. Please share or comment or like, because it does help spread the word for our local businesses and nonprofits that we have on this show. This is show number 404. So if you're new here, thank you for finding us. You can go back and watch some amazing interviews all on our YouTube channel. Just go to Everything Frederick Live. That is the YouTube channel. If you search for Good Morning Frederick, you'll find it. 404 episodes later. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this show. And now, if you have an announcement or you just want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. We do interviews live in the studio. We've got 2 this morning as well. You can click the link in the description to sign up. Let's talk about what's happening on the show today. We got our morning roundup with Randy and Bob. We've got what's happening in Frederick. We might shift the arrangement of some of these a little bit because we don't want to keep our in-studio guests waiting too long. We've got Natasha Valencia from Artspiration, a new nonprofit here in Frederick, providing space to local artists. And we have Arielle Jordan, Mindset Quality LLC, and excited to chat with her and see how things are going. Let's get the show officially started right after I tell you, if you head down to the home of everything Frederick, which is 401 North Market Street in downtown, pick up your Good Morning Frederick merch. We have t-shirts, hats, beanies, cups, chapsticks. You can drop $5, and Reforge will be the beneficiary for the month.
Sponsored by Fusion Car Wash. Now with 2 locations in Frederick to serve you. One on Spectrum Drive near the FSK Mall, which is a full-service location. And TJ Drive with self-serve vacuums. Download the free Fusion Car Wash app and sign up for a monthly membership, and you can keep all your cars clean daily. FusionCarWash.com.
Well, let's see what is going on in and around this great county and country with our morning roundup.
It's time for the Morning Roundup with Dani, Bob, and Randy. Here to get you caught up with everything you missed overnight on Good Morning Frederick.
Well, good morning out the gate. Bob Miller was straight in the studio this morning.
He's changing his ways. I love it.
We have Randy downtown at 401 North Market Street. Did you have to text him this morning?
I did not.
Ah.
No, man. I was had my laptop open. I got the little microphone hooked up. You know, my Bob Barker microphone. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Randy, take a look at what we've got for you to win today.
A new car.
Maybe we can afford like a $25 mic for you soon with your big new job.
Actually probably pretty expensive. I have no idea. It was left by somebody, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's yours. Yours.
So the big news is coming up in the next couple days. Got Ghostbusters, the movie, down at Warehouse Cinemas for Christmas Cash for Kids.
We do.
Guess who probably won't be there?
What? Who?
Jason Lando.
Oh, yes. What? You know, the rumors, we've been saying it for years, really. And the rumors are true that he is heading back to Pittsburgh.
Yes. He is going to Pittsburgh, and I held a gator today, too, but I just see he was leaving the gator.
Oh, Catoctin was there?
Yes, and Darth the gator, but they untaped his mouth, so it's open. But, yes, Jason Lando, the world's worst-kept secret, with a desire to go back to his hometown of Pittsburgh, made it official yesterday that he is out as the city of Frederick's chief of police, going back to his hometown of Pittsburgh. His last day here will be December 5th.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
So we invited him on the program. He said today that he was just too busy, that maybe tomorrow or the first of next week. And you're right. You said it first thing, Dani, that this was not something. I mean, he's always wanted to go home, even though he's adamantly said, I love Frederick. I just bought a house. I just built a new police station. Why would I leave? Well, home is home, right?
Yeah.
And they called him.
I came home, so I get it. For sure.
Yeah, they called him. It wasn't like, he entered his name. He entered his name beforehand, didn't get the job, and now they called him, and he's like, I can't turn that down. I'm not going to turn it down, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him either. And he's, accomplished a lot of things he wanted to, that, the build out for the police station and getting things going to where they are, and, had a lot of impact on the police here in Frederick. So good on him. Look, wish him all the best. He is one of the nicest guys. I'm bummed because it's the only time I think in my life I have the police chief's phone number in my phone. And not for anything nefarious, just because he's such a great guy. And he always says, if you want to reach out, here's my number. So I hope the replacement is just as cordial. We'll see.
So that is the question. So Jason Lando was found on a nationwide search. The mayor tends to go outside the circle when it comes to finding people. And that's the question. And I don't know if he's on here or not, but the guy who's running for sheriff, Gary Morton, against Chuck Jenkins, would he just go, you know what, maybe I'll just go be the chief of police? He would probably be a good fit for that as well.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to our friend Gary. I haven't seen him on here in quite a while. So, I'd love to hear his thoughts on if he would do that to lead the city in a way that I believe is, kind of in alignment with the law and order of our county. And, I do believe that could be a really cool thing.
I mean, I hope he stays inside. I hope he stays within the city.
The sheriff.
Hire the next person.
We'll see.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, Randy, what else is happening?
Well, it's World Kindness Day, so it's a good chance to get out and be kind to somebody today. So, Bob, try to be a little different than your... No, I'm just kidding. Bob is super sweet. Yeah, so...
well, if you give me that promo that I asked you for, I will be kind. If you don't, then the gloves are off.
Oh, boy.
What promo? Oh, boy, now we got it. Okay, well, we'll figure that out.
I sent it to you in the email.
Oh, you did? I have to look at it. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. Man arrested in Frederick shooting last year is now charged with murder. One of the victims have succumbed to his injuries, as reported by WFMD. Darrell Lee Cook, Frederick, Maryland, was arrested for a double shooting last year, now charged with second-degree murder. Police say one of the victims in that incident, identified as Xavier Jace Smith, succumbed to his injuries on October 12th, 2024. He was arrested for the shootings while they occurred at the early morning hours of October 5th in the North Market East Street shootings there.
Wait a minute. So the guy was shot on the 12th and died last year in later October, and they're just charging him with that?
That's what it says.
It's weird.
The wheels of justice move swiftly in this area.
That's crazy. 1 year later, adding that charge.
Yeah, it is. It does seem a little weird that they waited that long, but it's pretty odd. Yeah. Well, the longest shutdown in history is over. The House passed that bill last night to fund the government through January 30th. President Trump signed it, reopening the federal government, which has been shut down since October 1st. The deal to resume government functions came together after 8 Democrat senators broke ranks, allowing Republicans to pass a funding bill without extending the enhanced health care subsidies. Democrats were fighting for there. The package also included reinstatement of federal workers who were laid off during the shutdown and a controversial provision allowing some Republican senators to sue over investigations related to January 6, 2021. 6 Democrats also voted with Republicans in the House. Some things that will quickly resume when the government gets back up and running. About 800,000 federal employees who had been furloughed or working without pay will start receiving a paycheck again and to get back pay like usual. The spending package restores full funding for SNAP benefits through next September. Some of the nearly 42 million Americans who rely on that program should receive funds within 24 hours, but time frame will vary by state, and it could be a while till everything is back to normal. The FAA started cutting flights to ease pressure on temporarily unpaid traffic controllers last week, causing travel disruptions that peaked on Sunday with nearly 3,000 flight cancellations and 11,000 delays. With the shutdown over, the FAA said the cuts will remain at 6 this week rather than going to 10 as planned, and will be lifted once it's safe to do so.
Well, look, I mean, it might just be me, but this always seems to happen around the end of the year, leading toward the holidays, so that the pressure is on. I think we've talked about it on this show. I follow a guy on TikTok, and he and I are not of the same political views, but he has a whole channel dedicated to let's find the things we all agree on. And there are a lot of things we all agree on as Americans. And the fact that our government does not truly represent the people, it's just so frustrating. Common sense flies out the window. They dig their heels in on things that are stupid. I don't want subsidies for much of anything in this country. I'm sick and tired of us propping up industries because we ruin it by getting the government involved in the first place. Like, it's just baffling to me that the profits that the insurance companies enjoyed over the past few years is all because taxpayer funded monies. Like, literally, like if something cost us $500, but our insurance only covered $200, our government was paying the $300 difference. We typically were on, what is that, the health plan where everybody pays in and everybody gets stuff out. That's what we've been doing. Medishare. That's exactly what we've been doing as a country against our own will. At least Medishare is free will. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm done with it. I just cannot stand it anymore. So annoying.
I love the fact that when Randy was reading the story, there was a slip in of a bit of an editorial comment right there. The back pay as they always get.
Yeah.
And it is true. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right about the two-sided parties just bickering over this. I told you it would be solved by Thanksgiving because we've got the busiest phase of travel coming up. But again, this is kicked down the road till right after January, where we'll go through it all over again.
Which is so stupid. Like it's such a freaking theater. It is ridiculous. I just feel like we just need a complete overhaul. And I am telling you again, this is two sides of the same coin. Republicans, Democrats, I don't even care. Like they're both terrible. And I'm so tired of where we've gotten in this country. I'm so tired of it.
It's always a song and dance. It's just it's old.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's about time. I don't even know what has to happen, but something has to happen. This is just really, it's just, I don't know. It's mind blowing and it's mind numbing at the same time. So
term limits.
Yeah, you got to turn it all over, man, and just start afresh and anew. That's the way to do it. Well, speaking of which, yesterday, the last ever U.S. penny was minted in Philadelphia. President Trump directed the Treasury Department to stop making them because pennies cost more than a penny to produce. In fact, they cost 4 pennies to make one. If you have any pennies buried in your couch, under the mess inside your car, or in a bucket, you just hold on to them. Maybe they'll be worth something someday. Back in February, Trump directed the Treasury Department to stop producing new pennies. And that's exactly what happened, as yesterday was the end of an era. Philadelphia has been making pennies since 1793, when they were made with 100% copper. In 1982, pennies became made of copper-plated zinc, which is 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper. But we'll see. Billions of pennies still remain in circulation and will remain legal tender, but new ones will no longer be made.
So I'm wondering, sorry, Bob, I saw you speak. I didn't mean it. Australia have eliminated the pennies. 1 cent. I lived there 25 years ago, and there were no pennies. Right, everything was rounded up or rounded down to the 5 cent. I'm wondering if that's what we're going to do. I mean, I don't know how many people pay, in cash anymore. Is that what they're trying to get us to do? Because Americans aren't going to like the rounding. I don't know. What do you think, Bob?
Well, first of all, they rounded up, and they were maybe that story that Randy has. According to the mint, pennies cost 3 cents to make. Whatever, the nickel costs 13.8 cents to make.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Right, and I think that this is all to go to a cashless society. Everybody tapping their phone, tapping their card. How
is it costing us 13 cents to make 5? That is, again, the behemoth of government getting involved. Let's make pennies and nickels from wood. Like, I don't know. Like, what? I mean, seriously, I'm just going to write on a piece of paper. Here's 1 cent. Like, we got to figure this out. I mean, the fact that our money costs more than it's worth to make is just that is just a typical. This is so American of us that for years we are losing money printing money. Like, what the heck?
I mean, you just should go to everything should be $1 or end in $1. And plus, it would be easier to balance your checkbook, make sure your bank account is right. Everything is just whatever. It's $61, $81, $9. It's no cents anymore. No quarters, no dimes, no nickels. I don't even know why we have them, actually.
Yeah.
Well, because you'd have to get away with the penny loafer. You'd have to get rid of need a penny, take a penny. I mean, society will break down.
In 1990.
That's great.
Penny for your thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you trying to do here? Penny candy? Well, no, penny candy's now $1.25.
We haven't had penny candy in a long time.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? Then somebody will be like, I've named my kid Penny. What? After what? Well, they used to have these coins back in the day. They were called pennies. Way back when I was drinking sarsaparilla.
That's awesome.
We'll bring all your pennies to Christmas Cash for Kids.
Yeah. We'll wrap
There you
them up
go.
and take them to the bank so that we can redistribute them somewhere else. I don't know. Nuts. Yeah.
Yep, and then is your news here for today. And Bob, I actually interviewed. I was at the WFMD studios a couple of days ago. Judge Scott, is it Raleigh or Roll?
Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Completed his book, Dani. You'll be nice to know this because you love reading books, unlike me. But this is a murder mystery that takes place in Frederick, Maryland. A pretty cool little idea. And I know, Bob, you got a chance to interview Scott, and I'm looking forward to this. I think this thing is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have local restaurants in the book. He's going to have, I asked him if he's going to, fat radio guy. I'm thinking that might be the sequel to his book, or maybe it will be in the movie. I have no idea.
Fat radio guy, the name of his next one.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's a great guy. I mean, I've known Scott for a very long time. And of course, he was on the TV show Decoded, which was the Brad Meltzer TV show. He's I can't wait to read it. He had only one copy. I'm like, give it to me. And he's like, no, I only have one copy.
I need to get him on this show. I need an introduction, please. We are mutual Facebook friends, but I don't think I've ever met him in person. So I would love to do that.
A great guy. We've been, like I said, been friends for a long time since he was a state's attorney. He used to come on all the time. And I was telling Randy, I actually got to go to one of his Christmas parties. And one time, I must have embarrassed everybody. I don't know, because it was, when you went to his party, it was the movers and shakers of Frederick. I'm like, I don't belong here.
Yeah, I've seen photos of that party as well. Very fancy and nice. So
yeah. I was writing names down in a black book. That's all I was doing.
So very cool. Yeah, we love when local people do big things, and so happy that he is a part of it. Want to say good morning to Mama Cone. Well, I don't know what that says, Mama Cone. USIT?
Use it.
Use it
Maybe?
or lose it. Not sure.
Maybe.
I want to say hi to Jackson RC Aviation.
Nice.
Good morning. That's
Would
kind
you
of
love to have one of those like little RC like airplanes to fly over, or I had one when I was a kid. My dad gave me one on a string, and it was a real motor. You had to put like whatever they had for the fuel, and would snap your finger off if you hit it. You stuck your finger in there, but then it was on a string, and you just go around in circles, and you do the string, and you go up and down with it. I had a blast with that thing.
I remember those, and I remember driving around. You used to see people all the time standing in a field or in an open area flying those planes all the time. I'm wondering if these guys actually are part of a larger group. I think I'd be cool to talk with them as well.
And is it, like when I think of RC, like the small scale, or are they just, somebody named Robert Conrad Aviation? I have no idea.
I would think radio controlled is the term, but they can let us know that. That's funny.
I only got one more thing and then I'm out. And that is, you saw this, there was an article in the paper today where the state, Frederick County has gotten a grant. Frederick County Public Schools have gotten a grant to help pay for driver's ed at 3 different schools, and you have to apply for this grant. And I guess I don't know how they're going to get it. I just hope that they, teach them right. Did you guys? You're younger than I, not a whole lot, but did you guys have to pay for driver's ed? Because mine was free in school. Now, maybe they paid something, but ours was free in school. And I told you the story about how I flunked it.
We were just talking about this yesterday because my nephew, they moved up here from South Carolina. He goes to TJ, said he got a letter saying that because he's my sister is single and has 4 kids, he is getting free driver's ed. So I'm assuming what they're doing is the grant is going to pay, because they all do driver's ed now, locally at Greg's driving school. I think you can pick another one, but Greg's is one of the largest. And it's like $400. Like I said to Randy last night, you learned in school too, right? And he said, yeah. Ren Kirby provided all the cars. I remember that. I drove around the Pontiacs around TJ, and I'm trying to remember my driving instructors' names. One was
Yeah.
our football coach, and I can't remember the other. My girlfriend Dawn would remember. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, we learned at school. It was part of gym. It was one term of gym. You did driver's ed.
I remember it was in the gym parking lot, and boy, that was a problem because that was a lot of parking. But on days that drivers, that was like no parking in the gym. People were like, "Oh man, come on!"
I know you had to park all the way up at the other end of the school. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we, again, I'm obviously, the cost of the cars and insurance and the instructors, I guess it's just better, and again, here, look. The public-private partnership can sometimes be a great thing. You have somebody doing things efficiently, like a company like Greg's Driving School and some of these others. And what I would prefer that we are somehow using the funds to somebody who does it efficiently and all of that, but not so convenient. And we were talking about this last night too. My son didn't get his license until I think he was 17 because of sports and things like that. You have to commit like 12 weeks to go to the driving place, in the afternoons, evenings, weekends, or whatever that is. Oh, I don't know what happened.
Kids aren't in a hurry to get their license anymore like when we were kids.
No, they have so many more options though than we had. Like literally, there was no Uber. You had taxis, but that was it. So,
well, do you think that it would be a good use of, say, the $200 million that's going to be coming in as the cash cow from the data centers to provide driver's ed for free for all those? I mean, not for free. You have to pay somebody, obviously, to administer it. But, I mean, not have the kids pay for it? Or should they have a little skin in the game? I should say the kids, the moms and dads, have a little skin in the game.
I mean, that's expensive. I mean, it's a lot, and then you just got licensing and then you've got your insurance and all of that happens. Hey, look, I am always open to hearing reasonable, common sense things. If we get all this money, I don't just want it to go to what I feel are wasteful things like administrators' pay and more administrators for the administrators and more the behemoth that sits at Southeast Street. I'd love to go line by line and see where money can be saved to at least get to the teachers and the classrooms and the schools. So I don't know. This is like the Maryland lottery. The Maryland lottery was supposed to solve all the world's problems. Legalizing marijuana, supposed to solve all our tax problems. Neither has been true.
That's because once the government gets money,
all of that money goes either that they said, hey, we want to legalize gambling and we're going to help pay for schools. I don't feel like that's true. Gambling is a huge industry in this state, especially with legalized gambling now, all over. So I don't know.
That's because once the government gets money, they spend it. It's like anything else. They can't be trusted with anything. So if they make an extra $40 million here and there, it goes to something else, and then it's not there. I wonder, Bob, if this $200 million going to the education department will mean that you don't have to buy paper towels and Clorox wipes for teachers anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, will you got to help out the teachers in their classroom? Yeah. I have a feeling what's going to happen, and this is my biggest worry, is that it will just be whatever they want, they're going to get. And, and we don't know. I mean, I guess these data centers at some point in time, they could shut down and it'd be like, now what do we do? Well, it's going to be you and you and you and me are going to have to end up paying for it all.
Yeah. Well, they should actually use it to pay off the school lunch debt and make sure every kid is eating and providing food like that. To me, the fact that we have common people out here raising money to pay off school lunch debt is just ludicrous. So I know they feed the kids no matter what, but that debt, I'd prefer to see that taken care of every single year. It's about, I think about $10,000 a year or $15,000 a year in Frederick County, from what I remember. I'd rather see it go to that. I'd rather see somebody like the Community Foundation, who seems to manage money extraordinarily well, in charge of managing the fund so that it actually makes money in perpetuity. Like, this is the other thing. What I hate is they're going to get that $200 million. They're going to spend $200 million and and say every year we got to spend the $200 million rather than setting it aside, letting it grow to $400 million and using that as a fund when they need it, when things get tight, when kids don't have books or clothes or school, all of that. Let's do that.
Sounds like a campaign announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not happening. All right. Well, we've taken up enough of everyone's time. I know we got some guests that are coming into the studio, so they're going to have to drop and do some quick ad breaks to pay the bills. But I want to thank you guys both so much for these lively conversations each day. All right.
Sauerkraut?
Yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot to get it. I got to get some mouse traps today, so I'm going to get the hot dogs and the buns. I'm making myself a note. I promise.
That's a very unique grocery list. Hot dog buns, and mouse traps.
We'll have more. We'll have more about the mouse traps, but not now. After this. All right. Have a great day. We'll see you guys.
See you guys.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, because we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining flattery beyond compare.
Hey, if you're like me and you've always wanted to go to Alaska, well, you can join me. Antietam World Travel Service is putting everything together for June 9th through the 20th, 2026. We're going to do the land and the sea. It's going to be wonderful. You can get all the information at AntietamTravel.com. Go there right now and just express your interest, and we will answer any questions that you have, but you can join me. Let's go to Alaska. Let's see all the great stuff Alaska has. June 9th through 20th, 2026.
All right, we're going to head down to Studio 401 and talk with Natasha Valencia from Artspiration, sponsored by
Intense Barbecue. Family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure that the food is the freshest it can be. Intense Barbecue can cater your events, and they do any kind of food. It doesn't have to be barbecue. Find them at SEBBQ.com and satisfy your meat tooth.
Oh, yes, we are live from Studio 401. Happy to see that gorgeous face. Natasha Valencia from Artspiration joins us. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Excellent, excellent. All right, so you have a fairly new nonprofit just established. Tell us all about Artspiration.
All right, so my amazing partner, Tammy O'Connor, and I, we started Artspiration Frederick. We're located at 915 Toll House Avenue in Frederick, right down the street from the hospital. It's been just a labor of love for over a year and a half now to finally get the space open, and we are phasing it out. We found that there was a great need for studio space for artists in Frederick. We had attended a town hall maybe about a year and a half ago, and that was really like a pivotal moment to hear from all the local creatives in the community of what they were looking for and what their needs were, and we tried to find a building that would check all those boxes for them.
That's amazing. So basically, you guys have set aside space for our local art community to utilize. So how does it work if you're a local artist?
Well, we do have some studio spaces that are up for rent so that they can be in the space and creating, and they would have 24/7 access to it. And then we also are putting on the gallery shows. Right now, the one we have running is Women of the DMV, which actually has 130 women artists from all over that are being showcased right now. We just did that opening reception, and I think we had about 800 people come through to see it, and it'll be up until January, so more people can come and look at it.
Oh, wow. That's phenomenal. That's really great. And so when you guys were looking in the community, what specifically were you seeing that you thought, hey, this is going to be a really necessary thing for Frederick?
I think it was really the number one need that everyone said was space. They needed space to have a studio so that they could create. They were taking over their houses. They were just running out of space. Another big thing that I heard, see, Tammy is the creative side. She's an amazing artist. She's been in the arts community for a long time. I'm actually the business side. And what I
Okay.
really heard was the artist say, we just want to create, but we don't know how to structure a LLC. We don't know how to do marketing. We don't know how to do the accounting portion of it. And so something that we did want to incorporate was a resource hub that's all one-stop shop for the artists to utilize so that they can grow and kind of squash that stigma, the social stigma of this is a hobby and not a career. We want to make sure that they're lucrative at the same time.
I mean, that's really great because I have worked with a lot of creative people, from musicians to artists. And, creative people tend to be really great creatively and not really great on the business side. And one thing I love about some of our local artists here in Frederick, specifically even Yemi, that I've worked really closely with, is he's really all about teaching how to make this a business, teaching you how to take that creativity and shape it into something where you can actually pay your bills so that it can be more than a hobby. And I think that it's so important for people to learn those skills early. They don't have to be the starving artist, that there is a world of economy for what they're producing, hopefully. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How
And
did you?
so,
What is your business background?
Well, I used to own a bakery on the Golden Mile.
Oh, nice.
And I just kind of feel like everything I've kind of done in life has just kind of led me to this moment, whether I knew it was going to be in the arts or not. Actually, business background, I used to work for Dani.
Oh, wow. Well, she hires some sharp people, so that doesn't surprise me.
So, yeah, that was a fun fact. And, there's something that I think you said when I worked for you one day that it was just about, there's no competition. If you have two bakeries or two martial arts studios, there's space for everyone. And I really think that that carried on over here to Artspiration Frederick because we want to collaborate with the existing arts organizations, the creative artists that are already here, the ones that have a name for themselves, the ones that are up and coming. It's all about the collaboration. And because we want to do it in phasing, we really want to help artists of all mediums, not just visual, not just, one certain medium. We want to expand and do ceramics. We want to have performing arts. We want to be able to help and hit every single medium that's out there.
yeah, I mean, I think, Frederick is so vibrant, this community. And, then I do laugh sometimes because the number of galleries we have in Frederick, I say to Randy all the time, they're never open. Like, how do they even survive? But there's so many creative people looking for places to, have a show or hang and sell their wares. But if they don't learn the skills on how to do it, they have to rely on people like that own these galleries rather than being able to for themselves set up a website and sell their stuff. And, I love the fact we have photographers like Fran Byrne who are utilizing these groups like Everything Frederick to sell his prints, using local shops to do it. I mean, there are people that are out there who have the hustle, and sometimes that's hard to teach people, but I'm so glad you guys have the resources. So when an artist comes in and gets a space, how does that look for them?
So they can go through and figure out a space that works best for them. The good thing that we did was we repurposed an old medical center. So the exam rooms, if you can imagine, those became the studio spaces. So some have sinks, some have windows, some don't. It depends on your medium, and that way you can find the space that's best suited for you. So we kind of just give tours. They can come in, we can show them around, give them the pricing. But, it's including things that some other places may not have. We have 170 parking spaces that are free. That's huge. Heat, AC, that sounds basic, but that's very important. Some mediums definitely need the climate control. So there's just a lot of different perks. They have 24/7 access. We have security systems where they have like a key fob that they can get in, just so that they have the freedom to create when they want to. So yeah, it's actually
That's really awesome. And the building you're talking about is on Toll House Avenue, right? I think it's
Yes.
right behind my massage therapist, but yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
very cool. How much square footage do you guys have?
So right now we're about 8,000. We do want to take over more space. It's a 3-story building with about over 50,000 square feet. So our next phase that we're going to be doing is opening a ceramic studio. And then we want to move on to performing arts and, try to create something there with some event space.
Now, do you ever do any of the art stuff, or you like strictly books?
Well, I love numbers and strategic plans and things like that, but I will say that I feel that I have been completely converted and appreciate the arts. Every time I walk in, it looks different. It's beautiful. Every time you go in there, your eyes just kind of like light up because it's just amazing. I mean, I hope you guys can stop by at some point too.
Oh, we will. We will for sure. We'll come on by. Right now, you guys are doing a big capital fundraising campaign. Tell me a little bit about what's happening now.
So yeah, we just are looking for community support. Artist enthusiasts, artists themselves. We're just looking to create those next phases so that we have that accessibility for the entire community to come there. We really want this to be for everyone, regardless of if you create or not. Just something to enjoy as well. A big piece of it is art therapy. We really want to stress, how art therapy can help so many. We have an amazing ceramics director, and her name's Christina Nations, and she's actually done some work with Platoon 22, and we plan on having programs for, their caretakers and the veterans and things like that. So a lot of different programming is going to be coming to the community, and art therapy and accessibility is really huge for us. But, to make all that happen, we do need help from the community, and as a nonprofit, that's where we really, have to reach out and, try to engage and get some more support there to make it all happen.
Yeah, so you can go right to, I'm sharing the website now, artspirationfrederick.com. You can make a one-time or monthly contribution. Look, the arts are a huge part of our community and it's part of why everybody loves Frederick. I mean, you have so much accessible here, and that's what makes our community really great. There are monthly memberships as well for these artists. I mean, these are really, so this is what we can donate every month, and it's going to help to provide these spaces and offset, I'm assuming, what their amounts that the artists pay. Is that correct?
Well, it's going to go to the programming, just lots of different programmings, and trying to, if there's low income or anything like that, or accessibility, or just running a program for, a special group or something like that, then we can, offset costs like that. We can provide supplies. We can expand the spaces. We can make sure everything's accessible. Like a big thing was to have electricity brought up to the ceiling so that no one trips, things like that. So that's a lot of what the funds go to, just to make sure it is a space that can truly suit everyone's needs in the community. We do have elevators there. With it being an old medical center, everything is ADA, and it's just great to be able to know that this is a space that everyone is welcome to, and, without any issue.
Well, I love the fact you guys converted a space that has been vacant for quite a while, I believe. And I thought that they recently did some renovation to that building. I think I saw some of the construction happening last year, or maybe before that.
I think there was a previous plan for it to be the Montessori school, and then they ended up going to another location.
Gotcha.
Obviously now that's great for us because we're in there.
Right, right.
But that was good. But, we're actually very grateful to the owners of that building. They've been so supportive. They see the vision. They've just been wonderful to work with the entire time. So we do have a holiday market coming up on November 29th from 3 to 8. And we're going to have some food trucks, some vendors. The DMV Women's Show will still be up. So yeah, we definitely encourage everyone to come through and come see what we're about.
All right, I'm writing that down. I got to get that on my calendar. I don't think that's there. So November 29th, 3 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Right now you have a show, the Women Artist of the DMV, and that is going through January 4th, 2026. I love the fact that you guys are drawing people to a part of Frederick that is not typically known for the arts, which is really kind of cool. It's still it's just out. Well, I mean, it really is still downtown, but not the, downtown Market Street area. It's so close. Yet I do believe this is kind of a space that most people don't go to. And I think that that's awesome. So I think that's really great. All right. So a lot of great things. Artspirationfrederick.com. Please support. If you love supporting the arts, or maybe you never have and you think this is a really cool thing, Natasha and Tammy will be happy to show you around and help paint the vision if you haven't gotten it already. I think this is really great. So proud of you on everything you've accomplished. And I'm so happy I could have been a little part of a great journey that you've had so far.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to pop back with more right after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Good trip, so that
All the way through the door.
all right, give us a wave. Very nice. Oh,
Awesome. That is really great. Just want to thank her for coming in this morning. And yeah, I think we're going to get set up for our next interview. But real quick, got to get to this.
Sponsored by A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding, windows and gutters, and they can even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. You can get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra that Dani sent you.
All right, we're going to head back down to live from Studio 401, or we're heading back down to Studio 401 to meet Arielle Jordan. All right, after.
Sponsored by Lawn Squad. Quick and easy quote, and you can be on your way to having the best lawn in the neighborhood. Watch the progress as Brian from Lawn Squad brings Dani's lawn back to life. Visit lawnsquad.com.
All right, we are live from 401 North Market Street. Good morning. How are you today?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Really great, really great. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Good Morning Frederick.
Thank you for having me. Sorry.
Oh,
I had to turn
yes,
you up.
no problem. It's all good. Also, okay, so and is it Arielle Jordan?
Yeah, Arielle.
Arielle. Okay, I want to make sure I got that right. I've had you on before. You are so well accomplished. Talk a little bit about how you got started, because you've written a book, you do conferences, you help people, companies and corporations on people dealing with trauma. Am I remembering that correctly?
You are, yes.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go kind of through the shorter version of how you got to where you are, because I know you had to overcome some huge things to get yourself to a good place.
Yeah, so I mean, it was birthed from my own grief and trauma through the military service. When I was in the Army, I
lost my daughter, and then my father, and then I started a divorce process, all in the same year. And so, being that that was a couple of the hardest things that I've ever been through, I had to figure out, like, how do we live after that? And so it sparked my interest in psychology. So I went back to school to finish my bachelor's degree in psychology. And then I ended up getting my PhD in counselor education and supervision so that I could teach other therapists how to do that as well and help people through their trauma and their pain. So that's why you see me like speaking and training and doing all those things, because I think the mission is important, that we know how to treat trauma properly rather than just kind of talk about it.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes having walked the walk gives you not only the credibility, but the tools on how you yourself accomplish the goals to help other people. I think it's just wonderful when you're able to utilize those things to help others, and your impact on hundreds, if not thousands, of other people is just phenomenal. And it's so amazing what you've accomplished. You are actually working on did I see you have a new I'm pulling up your website now as I'm talking to you, but some new stuff that you guys you're doing now, right? Different than when I met you before.
Yeah, so I added a trauma program at the Veteran Services Center here in Frederick, and it's been really cool. My first group was in June, and I had 5 veterans and 1 spouse that joined, and it was incredible. I tested everyone to see like where their PTSD level was, anxiety, depression, and they attended a 6-week group. Anybody that attended 4 or more saw a decrease in their depression, a decrease in their PTSD symptoms, and a decrease in their depression. And some of them even said, like, I don't even have suicidal thoughts anymore. So I want to do that group quarterly. And then also on November 20th, I have a grief reset coming up. And that is more of like a workshop. So what do we do with our pain when we are hurting? And the holidays are coming up, so that's kind of highlighted for a lot of people, whether it's like the first holiday without a loved one, or loss of a job that you thought you'd have for 20 years, or, any type of pain. Where do we put it? And then seeing that community knows that you're like not alone, because a lot of us experience pain. That's how we connect as human beings.
Do you notice, like, obviously the loss of a child, that's every parent's worst nightmare, right? And then losing a job, probably, obviously not as much. Is there do you go about it different ways, or is it all the same kind of grief? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes, it's definitely different. The loss of a child comes with like milestones that are, like not hit every year, every birth date, every death date. All of those things come with losing a child. As to like, the grief is a little bit different if you've had like a job for 20 years or you thought you would have a job for 20 years and you don't have it anymore. It's still pain, but definitely different. So for something like a grief workshop, it's not really about like sharing all of our pain. It's more about like having tools as to, if we were sharing, I would put the same people, like people who have experienced child loss together and people who have experienced like pet loss together, or people who have experienced job loss, and just kind of like separate them. But since this is not like a sharing, it's more of a workshop with tools, I can combine and just kind of like put everybody together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would imagine the holidays are very hard for families who have lost somebody. And I love the fact that you focus a lot on service members. As a former service member yourself, I'm sure you understand. And, the 22 a day, which they say is actually higher than 22 a day. I would love to see that number start to go down. It's just, and I love the fact that you're coming from a point of understanding, and you've been there, and, the loss of a child on top of everything else. Like I said to you last time, you're one of the strongest people I know to have been able to, worked through your grief and helped others while you're doing it. I mean, for me, I feel like this is your healing journey every day by helping others is just phenomenal, and you should be commended. And the fact you're putting on these events and allowing people to come along with that journey and start their own is just really great.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. To heal in public is, it's a lot, but also I want to be that example of what happens after, complicated things that life has to throw at us, and we can still live afterwards, and joy and pain can hold the same space. So
Yeah.
I like to model that for people.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, and I have obviously never experienced the loss of a child, but I think people feel guilty for being happy post child
Yeah.
loss. And I think it's
Yeah.
really great that you're able to show people that they can both be a part of your life. It's just because you're being joyful doesn't discount the grief or the life of your daughter or anyone someone has lost. I think that's so important, because if you want to thrive post a loss of any kind or trauma of any kind, you have to understand that being happy does not discount what you've been through. And I think it's really, really important that you're able to share that with people. And we appreciate all you're doing out there every day. If you want to find out more about some of the programs, maybe go to San Juan. That looks like a fun trip where you can get some help and relax in a beautiful space as well. Mindset Quality LLC.com is her website. You can go there. You can get all the information. You can check out her book. You can check out her one-on-ones, her classes, her conferences, and things like that. We really appreciate you coming in today. And again, thank you for sharing what I know is probably never easy in a public sphere to talk about it. But, I'm hoping it helps you, and I know it helps others as well. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to come on your show again. I know that it's very important to get the word out, and you do that every day. So thank you for what you do.
You are always welcome, and maybe we ought to have you back on kind of before one of your next big ones, and we can talk about it again.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with what's happening in Frederick, sponsored by our friends at Taco Bar.
Sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Gaithersburg and Taquito in Hagerstown. Taco Bar is in West Point Plaza off Route 40 in Frederick and at 3 Russell Avenue in Gaithersburg. And Taquito is at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown. Taquito offers the same great quality food with a drive-through experience. TacoBar1.com or Taquito by TacoBar.com.
All right, before we get to what's happening in Frederick, we got to watch as she signs our window of fame. She's heading on out. Oh, look at her jacket. I love it. It's awesome.
In which direction?
Left.
Heading outside to Market Street right now, and we get the autograph of Arielle, who is
Oh, I love it.
world famous as far as we're concerned. And
Whatever you want. You can put your name, your business, as long as, some people have done it.
And getting some guidance and instruction from Randy. People get a little freaked out. We love highlighting some of the great people that we have in our community, and so happy to do it. Oh goodness, I'm trying to get to the right thing here. Here we go. There we go. We got her signing. Want to get her on, and we're going to run a little long today because we had two great guests. I still got to get to what's happening in Frederick because that's so important. But there we go. We have the autograph of an author added to our window of fame. And we've got to thank Taco Bar. You can go to TacoBar1.com and Taquito by Taco Bar for the sponsorship. Hopefully she'll turn and wave. She looks lovely. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get to our calendar very quickly. All right, it's Toys for Tots collection time. I'm going to ask you while you're out shopping if you can pick up a new toy for a child, 17 and under, actually, or new gift, I guess. Put it in the bin at Del Rancho or the Orioles Nest located in Westridge Square. I'm doing a live remote on Black Friday from 1 until 3 p.m. And you can check all of that out. But Toys for Tots collection is in full gear right now. We have a holiday lights map sponsored by Shannon Flannery, the goddess of real estate of Maurer Realty. That's coming out very soon. So we are going to need you to text your address to us if you decorate for the holidays. We've already got the Twos family. We're going to head out there early next week and get the full rundown of their house, which is already good to go in Newmarket. We also have 12 Eggs of Christmas coming starting December 15th. We're looking for sponsors. Please don't miss this amazing opportunity to push thousands of people to your social media. Don't forget weekdays, 5 p.m. We're live from Studio 401, inviting you to drop by anytime for the live broadcast. A little bit less, less serious than this morning show. We have a good time. Keep you up to date with what's going on in and around Frederick, along with having some fun. November 15th, that is this Saturday. Head over to Goldfish Swim School. If you've wanted to check them out, you can do that. It's their grand opening party, 323 Ballinger Center Drive. They have games, activities, raffle prizes, and a family swim, 2 to 4 p.m. And December 6th and 7th, it's the 5th annual Hello Holidays Makers Market at the Frederick Fairgrounds. Now, coming up tonight, 5 to 7, I hope you're planning on stopping by Antietam World Travel Service on Old Farm Drive. I'll be there. Mama Cone will be there. We're going to be talking Cruise Alaska. Even if you don't want to come with us in June of next year, you can find out your own details, plus meet the great team at Antietam World Travel Service. November 14th, Friday, we got the Friday night fundraiser for Frederick Cool Kids at the Sandbox Brew House. At 7 p.m., there's that cash bingo benefiting the Frederick County Farm Bureau at New Midway Fire Hall. Door prizes, 50/50 raffles, and more. Saturday the 15th, 2 holiday bazaars for you. One at Calvary United Methodist Church, which is at West 2nd Street, 9 to 3, and also 9 to 3, Middletown Valley People Helping People Holiday Craft Fair at the Middletown Volunteer Fire Department Auxiliary Building. At 12 to 2, Stuff a Truck. You can help us fill a truck it's going to Frederick Rescue Mission and the Frederick Food Bank. That's at the Wise in Spring Ridge. And 5 o'clock is the Marine Corps League birthday ball at the Lewistown Volunteer Fire Department, which is open to the public. And finally, 7:30, you can see our friend Pitts Quattrone at the Reverie, which is our next door neighbor on Market Street. November 19th, it is that Harvest of Hope Festival and Turkey Distribution, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Key Stadium. You're going to want to get in line fairly early for that. You just have to be a Frederick County resident, and you're going to get a turkey and the trimmings. 2 to 6 p.m., Seasons of Soul Holiday Market, Carroll Creek Amphitheater, another place for you to pick up locally made and supporting local organizations. 5 to 7 p.m., you got the happy hour with Ghostbusters and vendors at Warehouse Cinemas. I am hoping you join us for that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Bob Miller's going to be there. Randy and I will be there. Mama Cone's going to be there. And we have about 17 vendors who are going to be set up at Warehouse Cinemas. Then at 7 p.m., we're going to head inside and see Ghostbusters, the original, on the big screen. Your ticket for that is $20. You get unlimited popcorn and soda, and all that money goes to Christmas Cash for Kids, thanks to your friends right here at Good Morning Frederick. November 20th, there is a charity auction for Phoenix Recovery Academy. That's at Union Mills. At 7 p.m., we have Christmas Laughs for Kids, a comedy show at Rack Brewing. You can join us for that. That is a suggested donation of $10 per person to come in and enjoy some laughs and have some Rack Brewing beers. November 21st, veterans can pick up their blessing box from the VSC, the Veteran Service Center, on Monocacy Boulevard. Now, donations are needed still. They have some turkeys. They do need some sides. You can donate directly at Reforge. You can also reach out to Michelle at reforgeunited.org. And it's Michelle with one L. Michelle at reforgeunited.org. 5 to 7 on the 21st, it's Stuff a Truck at the Wise on Prospect Boulevard. And November 22nd is Christmas Bash for Kids. That is a live music event at the Frederick Moose Lodge. Tons of events coming up in and around Frederick. I'll tell you, could never be bored here. If you are, that is on you, not on anyone else. I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank my guests, Natasha Valencia, Arielle Jordan, for joining me today. I want to thank Randy for holding the fort down at 401 North Market Street. And for every single one of you who like, share, and comment, I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Let's get out there, Frederick, and let's be